How's everybody doing? So welcome back to my channel, Foodie Jerry. So tonight we're gonna cook some honey lemon butter garlic chicken. So first thing, you wanna make sure you have a sharp knife. So I already sharpened it. We have a nice piece of chicken breast. I'm gonna cut the fat and the skin off because we don't want to cook with that. Like I said, you always want to have a sharp knife because you have a dull knife, you might end up cutting yourself. Then we're just gonna cut this right in the middle. Just like that. And I'm going to cut these in half so they're a little easier to work with. So just like that. Going to cut that little fat off right there. Same thing, just going to cut this like this. Cut that little bloodline off right there with the fat, so you don't want to cook with that. And if they're a little thick, you can cut them down the middle again to thin them out. Just because they're easier to fry them, and when you gotta cook them when they're a little thinner. We're gonna also thin them out more in a minute. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So I'm just gonna cut these all in half again, just so it's a little easier to work with, a little easier to thin out when I need to thin them out. So we just washed the cutting board and everything. Now we're going to thin out the chicken. So just need a piece of plastic wrap. I don't have a meat tenderizer or a rolling pin, so I'm just going to use the bottom of a small saucepan. Just going to take your chicken. You're going to put the plastic over it. I'm just going to go like this. You can see how that's nice and thin. You're just going to do that with all your pieces of chicken. Can't have any chicken, Reese. Sometimes you might have to, pound it again to get some of the bigger pieces thin, but it ain't that hard. Or if you want to, be lazy, save some time, you could buy a thin chicken breast already. It's going to cost you a little more per pound. So that's why I buy the regular chicken breast, just to save money, because it's a lot cheaper. It's usually like down here in Florida, anywhere from about $1.79 to $1.99 a pound. If you buy thin chicken breasts, it usually ranges from about $2.49 to $3.49 down here. So that's why, I buy the chicken breast, do it myself. More bang for your buck. And then I'm just going to make some french fries to go with this. So I'm preheating my oven to 425. French fries, they take about 15 minutes to bake on each side, Anytime I buy frozen french fries, I always bake them because it's a lot healthier for you. Greasier, less grease. I like baked french fries, so. So you just want that nice and thin. So now we have to dredge the chicken in some flour so we can fry it, because we want to fry the chicken first before we make the sauce. So I always buy unbleached flour, because we don't want bleached flour because it has a lot of chemicals in it, which is not good for your body. So I always buy unbleached flour, so it's a little healthier for you. So you're probably going to put about 1 cup of flour into the bowl. Yeah, it doesn't have to be exact. Just enough so we can bread the chicken. Or as the technical term is called dredging. Breading is when you bread something with breadcrumbs and the egg. Then we're going to add some salt. You put whatever salt you want. A little black pepper. Now you don't have to put salt or black pepper, but it just gives it a little more flavor. And I need to add a little more salt since I didn't have a lot of salt left in that little container I had. So I'm going to add a little kosher salt. If I can get the thing open, probably just want about a tablespoon of each. Gonna take a little wire whisk. I'm just gonna mix that all nicely, mixy. Once everything's nice, mixy. I'm gonna take the chicken, and then we're gonna dredge the chicken. And pretty much, you just want to make sure it's nice and dreaded. I usually dread it 2 times. So this is the first time. I'm gonna shake off the excess flour and put that on the pan and repeat with all the chicken. Not very hard at all. And then for the sauce, I'm gonna usually use 2 big lemons. I'm gonna use 2 small lemons, don't worry. This is my hand that didn't touch the chicken, so no cross contamination. About a half a stick of butter, a cup of chicken stock, and probably, 2 tablespoons of honey. I don't measure honey, I just squirt the honey in the mixture, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now I do not put any flour in this sauce because I don't want it to thicken up because, I'm not making chicken française or chicken marsala. So, like I said, just dread the pieces of chicken, get all the excess flour off of it. Very simple dinner, minimal ingredients. Frying pan, either corn oil, vegetable oil, olive oil. We don't want to use canola oil because canola oil, they just found out that canola oil is very bad for us, so I do not use canola oil anymore. Like I said, not hard at all to cook. And I hope everybody's enjoying my channels. Like I said, I'm going to try to do at least 2 to 3 videos a week on different things. So, everybody can have different ideas to cook for dinner. So I got all the chicken nice and dreaded once. So now we're going to dread it again. I'm going to start on this side of the pan since that's where I dreaded first. So, take a piece of chicken, and just put it right back in your flour mixture. Shake off the excess flour. Like I said, this stuff ain't hard at all. Now you can make green beans with this, you can make asparagus with this, corn on the cob, regular corn, you can make a whole lots of things with this, I'm in the mood for some french fries today, so I'm going to make some french fries to go with this. So see, just like that. Like I said, it's not hard at all. Then I got my pan over there. I'm going to put some oil in a minute so we can start frying this. There's a couple steps, but it's not a hard task to do at all. So now we're going to cut up the butter. We're going to cut up the lemons. So you want to make sure you wash your lemons. I got 2 little bowls here, so I can put my lemons and butter in for later. So I'm not going to need that right away, but I like to get everything nice and prepared so it's easier once you start cooking. So obviously you want to take the plastic off of your butter and just cut it into nice little pieces like that. And that's just because it'll be easier to melt when we're making the sauce. So that's why you want to cut your butter up, Doesn't have to be precise. Just want to cut up into smaller pieces so it's not just one big stick of butter that you're trying to melt, And obviously, you always want to sanitize and wash everything after you cut chicken. I always make sure of that. So we don't, of course, contaminate, get salmonella, anything like that. I'm going to wash my knife real quick before we cut the lemons. Then I always take the little end off. I always cut that. I don't usually save that piece. And then you just slice it. Doesn't matter. They're big slices, small slices, And then you also want to take out the seeds because you don't want to end up with seeds in your cooking. And just go in there, find any seeds, throw those out. Do the same thing with the other lemon, and we're going to put the oil on the minute so it gets nice and hot. So you can fry the chicken. So now we're going to cut up some garlic. I know garlic's a pain in the ass to peel, so I'm going to show you a little trick. Or if you want, be lazy, go to the store, buy peeled garlic. I didn't have any peeled garlic, just have regular garlic. Very easy. Take a knife, take the garlic, just go just like that, and the skin's going to come right off. Then we're just going to cut the little end piece of that off. Same thing, like I said, just take your garlic, your knife, and you're just gonna whack it just like that. Very simple, and that's your pure garlic. Not hard at all. So I'm just cutting off that piece because we don't want that piece. Same thing. See how simple that is? I don't have to struggle anymore. And then just cut your garlic up. Doesn't have to be precise since we're cutting this up into little pieces. So I'm just going to cut into strips like that. I just use 4 cloves of garlic. 4 nice big cloves. You can use more, you can use less. I like garlic, so then take your knife just like this and just chop away at your garlic until you get to the size you want. Like I said, this is not hard at all. Now, if you have like a Ninja food processor, you can use your Ninja food processor if you want to cut it by hand, but it's not hard to cut by hand, as you can see. You gotta make sure you're holding your knife right. You always want to hold your knife just like this because you have a lot more control of your knife when you hold it like this. And I like my garlic minced, so yeah, I'm mixing it up over here. And that's what your garlic should look like. Nice and minced up. So we got our oil nice and hot now. So now we're going to drop the chicken in. As you can hear it all sizzling over here. And drop that in. And drop that in. And pretty much just going to fry it till it's nice and cooked. You know, I was going to cut the chicken in half to make sure there's no pink. We don't want pink. You want it to be nice and white in the middle. You know, a couple minutes on each side. It's not going to take long to cook, so no big deal at all. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's cooked. I got a couple pieces of chicken nice and cooked. So, you know, I cut them down the middle. And pretty much that's how you want them, nice and white. So that's how you want all your pieces. Probably take, you know, about 15 minutes to cook all the chicken. So, in about 15 minutes, I will show you the rest of my recipe. So now we're going to make our sauce. The sauce is very easy. It'll be 1 cup of chicken stock, chicken broth. So always make sure you shake up your chicken broth, chicken stock. Measure your 1 cup. You're going to put your pan onto medium heat. It's nice and hot. I'm going to put my chicken in there. And my lemon. And the butter. And this we're going to let cook for about 15 minutes. Next we're going to add your garlic. Actually, I'm going to do 1.5 cups of chicken broth since I do have a lot of chicken. So I'm going to add another 1/2 cup, 4 ounces. And I'm going to add honey. About 2 tablespoons, like I said, I usually don't mix it up. And just going to let that cook on a, you know, medium to low temperature for about 15 minutes. Once the 15 minutes is up, then we're going to add the chicken. So with a wooden spoon, we're just going to mix this all up so everything gets nice mixy. You know, like I said, about 15 minutes you want to cook it by itself without the chicken. Then another 15 minutes with the chicken. I got my french fries in the oven. Those take about ½ an hour, so 15 minutes on each side. So everything will be nice and ready at the same time. You know. And pretty much once the butter gets all nicely melty in here, I'm going to lower it to a little, you know, lower it down to a little bit so, you know, it simmers, reduces to a nice sauce. Smells amazing. Gonna add a little more honey, because this does need a little more honey in it. Just gonna add a little more honey. And just let that mixy get all nice melty and all nice goody. I actually just tasted my sauce and it doesn't taste right, and the one thing I forgot is brown sugar. So you want to add about a tablespoon of brown sugar. About a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons depending, you know. So I'm going to add that in there. That's why you always want to taste your food as you cook. So now this should be perfect with the brown sugar. So 15 minutes is up now, so now we're just going to add the chicken to the sauce. And let that cook for another 15 minutes with the chicken. You know, I'm going to put it on my lowest temperature, about a 2 on the oven, so everything gets nicely marinated and nicely cookie, that saucy, and just throw your chicken in the pan. Nothing special. Like I said, let that cook for about 15 minutes with the chicken, and you have a nice dinner for tonight. So like I said, don't remember to add a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of brown sugar to the mix. Like I said, you know, I always taste my food as going, and something wasn't right, and I remembered I forgot to add the brown sugar. And you just want to make sure your chicken gets all nice in that in the sauce in here. So you may have to cut pieces a little, you know, might have to cut the pieces up so everything fits in here. And then, you know, I have some nice leftovers for lunch for during the week. Save some money, so I don't have to go and buy lunch. I'm just getting everything here so everything gets in the juice. So, you know, it cooks all nice and evenly. And that's what it should look like. See everything in there cooking nice and nice, and I'm gonna cover the top so you get a little steam so that it cooks through the chicken. And I'll show you what the product looks like and when it's done. So French fries are nice and done now. So I'm gonna throw these in the bowl. I like to add a little seasoning to them. So I'm gonna add some Parmesan cheese. You know, you put whatever you like. Add a little garlic salt. Not too much because I don't want them too salty. This has salt, garlic, and a little parsley in it. And you're just going to go like this. So you got the French fries in there. You just move the bowl so everything's nice mixy. And now you got garlic Parmesan fries. And we got the chicken. The chicken's all nice and done now. So we're just gonna, you know, add that to the plate. So, got your chicken and you got your dinner. And just add a little French fries and that's it. So I hope you appreciate my videos. Have a great night.